Hey Gator fans, this is going to be a quick video. I know there's a lot of talk about the Florida being on upset alert against South Florida this up tomorrow. I'm recording this on the Friday beforehand. Tomorrow against South Florida at 4:15 on the SEC network. The Gators will be at home again before they travel travel across to Louisiana to Baton Rouge to play LSU next Saturday. Not this Saturday, the Saturday after. But I expect a dominant performance against South Florida. I know people look at the game against Boise State and they say, wow, South Florida looks really good. But if you go back and you watch the tape of that game, USF to me didn't really push around Boise State the way you would think a 34-7 score would indicate. A lot of it was due to turnovers near midfield by Boise State. And there was some movement. Boise State got a little bit on USF in the run game, particularly in the first half, because obviously USF started to take control in the second half. But it wasn't really. I know box scores does not indicate who wins or loses a game, but if you look at the box scores, time of possession, running the football, third down conversions, total yards. Boise State had some success, had a lot of success moving the ball up and down the field against USF. They just couldn't punch it in the end zone. So I don't think Florida, with all the talent that they have, with a much more talented roster than Boise State, should have too much difficulty moving the ball up and down the field. Now, again, I don't trust Billy Napier's play calling, but I do believe in the players that he has accumulated on that side of the ball. The offensive line, the running backs, Jaden Ball, who I think is a superstar running back. You have wide receivers up the yin yang with J. Michael Sturvin and Trey Wilson if you use them correctly. Dallas Wilson and Nathan Mizell, who should be available for this game compared to the LIU game. I don't know if Caleb Banks on the defensive line is going to be available for Florida in this game, but I think it's probably best that he should be, just to give him a warm-up game for LSU. But I think this should be a dominant victory for the Gators, 34-14, something around those lines. They just have way more talent on every level than USF. But I do think Alex Ghost is a much more creative offensive mind than Billy Napier, and I think he could come up with some plays that could, stretch the Florida defense across the field a little bit vertically and sideways. But I think overall Florida should dominate this game, and I expect Florida to head into Baton Rouge up 2-0. There's no excuse for them to lose this game. So that's really it. I expect a victory for the Florida Gators, and I expect UF to go up 2-0, 2-0, excuse me.